what are the expectations for Central Coast and in terms of bouncing back from the weekend's defeat?
Every game we go into, same value, 3 points. Our boys are refocused now and looking forward to the next challenge. Jacko over at Mariners done a great job there. He's also rebuilding at the moment. They're showing signs of improvement every week. I thought they actually quite unlucky against Adelaide 2 weeks ago. Looked very dangerous when he made the substitutions in the second half and he had a change of playing style. So we go into the game, again, very alert, very respectful of the way they set up, and it'll be a very hard game.
What does a review look like on the back of a defeat where it's sort of one mistake has contributed to the result? Yeah, how do you sort of learn from that, or what do you guys work at?
Look, I was probably more frustrated against the game against Perth the week before, when my expectation with the team, I only have one, is to be good with the ball, and I felt as though we lost an opportunity there against Perth to really build on what we were doing. And last week, I didn't really go away from the process. We just reviewed everything that we did well, stuff that we needed to improve. Spoke as a group, spoke to the leadership group, which I usually do, and it was just business as usual. Mistakes happen. It's football. Footballers aren't robots. If they were, it'd be perfect games all the time. And we make mistakes, me included, and we'll learn from this.
And how's Josh been in the wake of that?
He's been great. Positive attitude. He's come in, wants to learn. Keep doing what we ask him. And for me, I think I did the stats the other day, and the amount of goal kicks that we took, I think it's like 580 set up. It was the first time that we've been punished for a turnover of possession, in the 6 yards. So these things happen. I mean, I remember being at the Super Classico a while back, and I saw Victor Valdez give the ball away after a minute against Real Madrid, and they ended up winning 3-1. And Pep was still screaming at him to keep playing out from the back, and that's a staple of their philosophy, and we're no different.
So you're someone who really wants to. Are you fueled more to stick with that and show that it works?
I'll double down on this. Like, for us, it's been part of our style since I came in or took over as head coach, and they're my beliefs. You won't shake me off those. It's more about building the awareness in the players to be better in those moments, to be to understand what's going on, full context and so on. But again, the team is at an early stage of its evolution. It needs to mature, and it needs to have these moments. And I think I mentioned this a while back. It's not going to be easy sailing with this team for the first maybe 8 to 10 games. But once we, understand what's required, the expectation, the consistency, and so on, then you'll start seeing the team thrive.
Marco Rojas was up for media yesterday. He enjoyed being back out there. Can you give us an update on what his likely involvement might be for this Sunday in the first instance?
I'm still deciding on that, what's best for him at the moment. Last week, I wanted him to be part of that environment because it's such a big game, and I was kind of leaned on his experience if we needed a goal in the end. This week, it's more about what the best long-term output for him is. For example, if I feel like he'll get more minutes in the academy and that will better sustain his legs in the long run, I'll go down that route. But alternatively, it might be that I just add a little bit more to his playing time from last week.
And Paul Aritre, is he in line for some minutes?
He definitely is. Last week, he was in strong contention to play, but last minute we decided that it was best for him. He needed to probably tick one more box in terms of his recovery time from some high intensity actions, and this week he's ticked all the boxes, so he'll be involved.
Can you just clarify the situation around Alex Rufer? There was some talk that the whole thing was manufactured, that he was never under any injury cloud at all, even though he was listed as injured on the Thursday.
Sure.
What was the situation?
The situation, he was injured against Perth, and we managed that through the week, and we made a call on Thursday that he wouldn't play, and then Saturday he passed the fitness test, and that's it.
Cool.
What emotions, memories comes up when you know that you're going back to Central Coast and playing them again, a team that you guys pushed each other a lot last year?
I think they're a strong team, not only with the playing personnel, I think they have a very good team culture, very tough opponent. And, last year we had some fantastic memories going there. I mean, we were, I think, 5 minutes from picking up the draw, which would have been, a good segue into potentially winning the minor premiership. So I think the boys that remain from last year, they want to prove something, and they want to. I think they want to go there and definitely pick up 3 points.
And how is the team morale this week after that Auckland loss? Have they taken it quite tough, more than other games?
Yeah, look, derbies have a different feel. It was nice to be part of the whole week. I think that it's different. Even like I remember the preparation last year for the victory game going to that second leg. There's real the history was made during the season, but this has a unique feel because this fixture is always going to be played. And there's always something on the line. There's always bragging rights and so on. And it was great to be part of. And the reaction from the group was everyone was very disappointed with the result. I think they're more disappointed the way it eventuated. Sometimes you can take it when you lose a game, they score a worldie or so on, and these things happen. But I said in my post-match press conference that. We gave them the 3 points, and I still stick to that. I feel as though, for the large part, I mean, we weren't great with the ball for a large part. When we were brave, we made very clear chances. We just didn't do enough of it. And I think for a large part, the inexperience of the group was that they played the game and the emotion as opposed to just sticking to what we worked on. Again, maturity, or from some players understanding the context or not playing those games. So, but we'll learn from that.
What does Retray bring that's a bit different to some of your other midfielders?
Retray brings a lot of experience, but is quite intelligent footballer. He's one of my favourite footballers in terms of his game awareness and game intelligence. So, we planned all pre-season with him, and then when he got injured the week before West United, it pegged us back a little bit in terms of just the chemistry and the dynamic of the team. And now that he's back, I feel as though, he's nowhere near match ready, but whatever time he gives us, he'll solidify that midfield.
Who needs to come back or be able to start for you to go away from the back five? Or are you liking that? Because I think you'd mentioned that was sort of a plan B once you'd lost Marco. Yeah, so in pre-season, we mixed between 4-3-3. We played a hybrid of the Christmas tree. We tried to evolve it a little bit. So we had Marco, we had Paolo also available, and we had a little bit of a different feel to the way the team set up. Once I lost Marco and Paolo, it was more about, okay, how can I get to the same end point, but with the players that are available. And it's not saying that the existing players couldn't give me that same output, just the dynamic was different. So I went to a 5-3-2, which structurally helps us get into the build-up phase a lot easier, less transition, especially with the front two. Sometimes you play with 2 10s and 1 6 steps in and so on. But it was more about the players that I had available, what they could do, how we built through the pre-season. So I basically came to that end point. But again, we will change as the season progresses, and once we get all the players that are fit and available, then the shape will change. And is Matt Sheridan all right? Because I think you had to take him off due to an injury.
Yeah, so with Shez, I thought he was... I'm not sure if it was more about the fact that, that was his 3rd game with the friendlies. It's probably like 6-7 games in, playing in a new position at the moment. I just felt as though, it was a little bit, he was feeling the occasion, so I just took him off. It was just more of a feel thing, like some of the other players in the game, no different. I don't like changing centre backs and so on, or my sixes, but unfortunately I had to do it in that game, and I just felt it was the right move at the time.
And with Finroll Conchi, is that just Paolo's available that
you've got crowded in midfield, or why is he not included?
Yeah, so I thought it was best that you go back to the academy, get a full game, as opposed to having limited game time in this game, and it's just a decision that I think is beneficial for him long term.
Have you assessed the integration of your two Japanese players?
Very well. I think like most foreigners, it takes them about 10 games roughly. You'll start seeing them come into more chemistry with the team and understanding how transitional the league is. The ALeague is unfortunately it's a very high intensity league where there's a lot of running. There's not a lot of control in games. So they're just getting used to that. Where in the J-League, they're probably used to keeping the ball for longer periods of time. But once they hit straps, they'll be fine. I mean, I remember who was it? Oz last year didn't score a goal to round 8, or his first year, and then he banged in 14. I remember it took Uli a long time in his first year. Hammer didn't score for, I don't know, it was like 12 games or whatever it was. So it takes time.